Oke, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Riyandi Kusuma. My NPM 234111161. My class management 23B. Uh, I will explain workplace health and safety. Your comprehensive quiz. Next, understanding OSHA regulation. The occupational safety and healthy Acts of 1970 mandates employers to provide a safe workplace under its general that clause. OSHA establishes prospective standard for various industries and hazard, conducting that can result in violation and penalties. Adherence to this regulation is crucial for maintenance a legally compliant and secure work environment. Uh, Occupational Safety and Health Acts of 1970 landmark legislation ensuring safe working conditions. Number two, General Due Clause requires employers to provide a workplace free from recreational hazard. Number three, specific standard. Specific standard detail rules for various industry and hazard type. Number four, OSHA inspection. OSHA inspection evaluation of complaint potential for violence and penalties. Okay, next. Identifying common workplace hazards. Workplace present various hazard categories into physical spills, mentioning noise, uh, chemical, toxin, flammable, biological, and virus pathogens, and ergonomic. For posture, repetitive mention risks, proactive identification and assessment of the hazard are essential for preventing incident and ensuring a safe and effective more for all imports. Number one, physical hazard. Physical hazard includes spills, trip, falls, machinery risks, and excessive noise levels. Number two, a chemical hazard. Export to toxic, flammable, or corrosive substance. Number three, biological hazard. Risks from virus, bacteria, fungi, and bloodborne pathogens. Number four, ergonomic hazards. ergonomic hazards for posture, repetitive mention. Next, implementing hazard controls. Effective hazard control follow hierarchy, prioritizing elimination, substitution, and engineering control to remove or reduce risk there. So administrative control such as training and revisit work practices complement this measure. Finally, professional protective equipment (PPE) provide a latest line of defense, reckoning paper selection as and maintenance. Regular inspections are vital to identify and correct new or existing hazard. Number one, elimination. Physical remove the hazard. Number two, substitution. Replace the hazard with a safer alternative. Number three, engineering controls. Isolate people from the hazard. Number four, administrative controls. Change the way people work. Number five, personal protective equipment (PPE). Protect works with personal gear. Next, developing safety and health programs. A robust safety and health program takes on management commitment, providing leadership and practice will fostering accessibility. Crucial is active effort investment in participating, reporting, and training. This framework enables continued hazard identification, assessment, prevention, and control through as consistent implement and monitoring. Uh, Number one, management commitment, leadership, resource extension, and accountability for safety. Number two, employees investment, involvement, active participation, hazard reporting, and training enactment. Number three, hazard identification, regular impacts of potential risks. Number four, hazard prevention, implement and continuous monitoring of control measure. Next, providing effective training. Effective safety training encompasses OSHA required modules like hazard communication and lockout. Through allocation job specific introduction for equipment operation or controlling space. Comprehensive training also cover emergency procedures, include evacuation and first aid. Oh, meticulous documentation of training records and ensure complaint and track employees profiting. Number one, OSHA requirement training. essential training for hazard communication and log through. Number two, job specific training. Focus in instruction for equipment operation and conflict space. Number three, emergency procedure. Evacuation protocols, first aid, and incident reporting. Number four, documentation. Maintains actual training record and certification. Next, promoting and safety culture. Fostering a strong safety culture involves consistent communication through maintenance, uh, posters, and newsletters, recognizing employees for the contribution through invest and award reinforces positive behavior. Continuous improvement is achieved by regular view, updating policies, and evaluating effectiveness, empowering employees to take ownership and activity participate in safety initiatives. Number one, communication. Regular safety maintains informational posters and newsletters. Number two, recognitional. Initiatives award and constructive feedback for safety efforts. Number three, conscious improvement. Regular view updating policies and regulation programs. Next, emergency preparedness and response. Hmm, Effective emergency preparedness involves clear evacuation plan, specific routes, assembly points, and procedures, comprehensive first aid and CPR training, along with well-structured surveillance and designated responders are crucial. Robot incident reporting ensures thorough investigation, corrective attention, and proper documentation. Number one, evacuation plans. Number two, freeze aid and CPR. Number three, incident reporting. Number four, communication. Okay, next, uh, resources and further information. For comprehensive health and safety information, the OSHA website offers standards, publication, and assistance. The National Safety Council provides value training, resources, and advocacy. Uh, Industry-specific association offer tailored-based practices and quit with local consultant can provide on-site assessment and program development for your equine workplace net. Number one, OSHA website. Number two, National Safety Council. Number three, industry specific association. Number four, local documents. Okay, that all my presentation. I end it. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.